Do you guys think it's fair that women demand things from men, like traits that they don't possess themselves?
Can you elaborate on that question?
Well, like, for example, right, this tends to come up typically later parts of the show, but if we're talking about like body count, women have like massive objections to, like, for example, a man who has a high body count stating quite emphatically that he prefers women with a low body count or virgins. You guys think, well, that's not fair. Like, here you are with your high body count, you are promiscuous, but you want to take a non-promiscuous woman, you want a virgin. That's hypocrisy, that's a double standard. But I mean, well, first off, why don't we maybe start there? Do you guys think that that's problematic for a high body count man to be
Very
like, I only want to date a virgin?
Why is that problematic?
Because it's like you have a high body count and you're expecting your woman to have a low body count. That's
just restating the issue, but what's actually problematic about the issue?
It's just because like he's been sleeping with multiple people, like multiple women, and then like this girl, let's say she's only slept with 3 women. Not 3 women, 3 like men or whatever, like, and he's or no. Okay, let me give like a better example. Let's just say he had to pick between a girl that had like 30 plus body count and then like a 3 plus body count.
Yeah.
Obviously, his body count is probably like maybe 40, I want to say.
Well, let's say it's 60.
60. Let's
Sure.
say it's 60,
Okay.
right? So, and he decides to choose the girl with the lowest body count.
Yeah.
And his poor excuse is, well, she has the lowest body count. She hasn't been sleeping with a lot of women.
Yeah,
a lot of men.
What's the problem?
But the thing about it is like it's kind of signifying that the other woman is a slut and like
no, it's just signifying that he has a preference for women with a lower body count.
Yeah, but like he has a high body count.
So
But he can still have a preference.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not saying you can't have a preference or anything, but just like to disregard the other woman just because she has a higher body count, that's kind of like upsetting. Like, what if she had a really good chemistry? What if she had like an amazing personality and her body count was just like your like no-go, your no-break?
I could say.
Let me ask you a question. Would you date a 5'2" man who was bald?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
And is your husband a 5'2" man who's bald?
He is not bald.
He's not. And is he 5'2"? Hang on, is he 5'2"?
He's 6'2".
Yeah, 6'2". So now, hang on. Let's back up. Hang on, let's back up. Let's back up just a little bit here. Okay. So he's 6'2", has hair, even though you would, of course, date the 5. And how many 5'2" bald men were available to you versus 6'2" men with hair?
So the thing.
Hang on. Answer the question first.
Okay.
Answer the question first.
Let me answer your question. First, I don't really go out that much to be seeking.
Not the question I'm asking.
Okay.
Far more 5'2" bald men than there are 6'2" men.
I just don't know where they are. So for me,
there actually might be. So I.
There might be some in this chat.
I shouldn't help.
Like 6'2" men with hair, right?
Yeah, but like if a 5'10" man with no hair comes up to me and he approaches to me and he's a gentleman and he's very, courteous and he like is gentle, I would go for him. But
I mean, now we'll never know because you're with a 6'2" Chad with hair, right?
And that's because like
that's your preference.
No, because he aligned with me in my life,
and he just happened to be 6'2".
Well,
how did he have the perfect personality and happen to be 6'2"? That's an amazing. What an amazing coincidence!
I'm just saying, I would date like a Van Diesel if I had to.
Hold on. I mean,
Vin Diesel is like the best example of a bald man.
5'2" or 5'10"?
Don't even.
So to Andrew's point here, when we talk about this height thing, and a lot of like we've asked this all the time, and it's like the women will say it's virtue signaling. You'll say yes. Oh, I would date a short guy. I'll date a guy shorter than me. But then if you do even the most minimal inquisition, well, how tall were all your boyfriends? And all your boyfriends were above the average height of men. So the average height is like 5'9", 5'10", and these women say, oh, my past 3 boyfriends were all like 6 foot and above.
Just on average.
It's just like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like you say you will, but conveniently you've never done it.
I actually have dated somebody who was like my height, 5 foot. I'm 5'5", and he was like 5'5", 5'6".
For how long?
So we only been speaking to each other for like 2 years and talking to each other. But he's a very busy guy, so therefore his.
Did you sleep with him?
Well, yes, of course.
Okay, so hang on. So you slept with this guy. Now, out of this one guy that you slept with,
yeah.
If we were to average all the men you've ever slept with, do they look a bit more like the husband or a bit more like that guy?
No, because my taste in men is very different.
Okay, so on average, you're sleeping with men who are below 5'9".
Yes.
Really?
Averagely.
Yeah,
Averagely.
fucking right.
Yes, it is
some
so
more
true.
bullshit.
Oh my God, I will give you
Bullshit.
proof. I will give you proof if you need it. Like, I'm being so for real because I'm not like a surface level woman.
All right. Well, hang on. Okay, so let's inquire a little further. Okay. So how many men total?
Total? I have slept with 32 men.
Okay, so 32 men. Now, out of the 32 men, right, some of these I assume are casual?
Yes.
You're casually hooking up with 5'5" dudes?
Yes.
Over the 6 foot dudes?
Because height doesn't matter to me. It does not, like, okay, I'm being for real, height does not matter to me. As long it's just your age. If you're younger than me, then that's my biggest pet peeve.
But you did conveniently marry someone 6'2".
It was because actually he's 6'2". He's not 6'2". He's between 6 foot to 6. Never mind. You know what?
What the hell? What just happened?
I don't know
What the hell just happened?
Why is that important?
It's way too early to have a meltdown in this show. Okay, yeah, that's way too early for that. So back up for me.
Cheers.
Let me drink really quick.
Okay.
So I guess
I think you need to fortify yourself for this.
So no.
Yes.
The average height that I would normally date a guy is between 5'5" to 6'5". Okay, that's like, but that's the maximum.
That's not an average.
It's 5'10". The average is 5'10".
Okay, that makes sense. So if the average is around 5'10",
Yes.
5'10" is much taller than you.
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is like, why don't you just want guys your own size? Because you have some kind of preference?
Because no, they got.
Because you got some kind of preference?
No, they have big. What is it?
Oh.
Big man, small man syndrome or something,
Like
or
tiny
big
dog.
man.
Why'd you look at me?
And you
for that
have.
one?
Hang on. And you have some kind of preference against that, right?
No, because
Oh,
some
small dog syndrome. Is that
Yeah,
what you're
like
gonna say?
something small dog
Then
syndrome.
and you have a preference against that.
I don't have a preference against that.
Then why aren't you dating guys with small dog syndrome?
Because it's just their attitude.
Then you have a preference against that attitude.
Wait, can I
And so if you have a
Okay.
preference, so if you have a preference against that attitude,
Okay,
you
but what-
prefer
okay.
to not have it,
So-
then all you're saying, you're just making the same argument the guy is, where he's like, look, I just prefer to be with chicks that have a lower body count.
But okay, so when you're talking about preferences, like
Things I like, just things I like. That's it.
okay, but what?
Like okay, so do you like pizza?
Yeah. I like
Okay,
pizza.
what are the toppings you hate?
I don't hate any toppings.
Not one.
Not one. I could eat pizza.
Anchovies?
I could eat anchovies. Yeah. I'm
Okay, let's try it a different way. What's your favorite toppings?
My favorite topping would have to be cheese.
Okay. So you prefer
No.
your pizzas to have cheese?
Well, don't all pizzas have cheese?
No.
So you've had.
You can have a
pizza?
cheese-free pizza.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
No, I'm
but
gonna
anyway,
try.
but this
Just be sauce and bread.
This is, I mean, that's what like lactose intolerant people get, right?
Oh.
Or they get fake cheese or something like this. But you have a preference for it, or some type of food. There's some type of food that you like a certain way, like a sandwich. What type of sandwich meat do you hate? Are you gonna love all that too? Is there just nothing you won't eat?
Because I'm an eater. I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
So you gotta understand.
Okay, well,
I like food.
okay, Taurus. What's a food you hate?
What is a mushrooms?
Okay, you hate mushrooms, so you have a preference against
I have
mushrooms.
a preference against
Now,
mushrooms.
mushrooms won't kill you to eat them, right?
No, they won't.
Yeah, I just don't like how they taste.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that's a preference. It's just an I
Yeah,
like.
but
So
like-
when you're talking about relationships and guys, you're just talking about I likes, I dislike. I like this,
but
I like
that's
this, I like
just
this.
so mean to just be like.
What do you mean it's mean?
If a guy were to come up to me and like says, let's just, for example, like I said, if my body count is 32, right?
Yeah.
And there's a girl that has like maybe like 3 to 5,
Yeah.
and then he chooses the girl that has less than me, and then I ask him, okay, why did you pick that?
It makes you
girl?
feel bad.
It does make
Yeah,
you feel
it
bad.
makes you feel bad.
Well, yeah, it makes me feel bad because it's just like.
But
well,
what is he doing that's wrong other than making you feel bad?
Well, one, my feelings. because
Yeah,
I'm
your
gonna-
feelings.
One, my feelings, but also too, like.
So your feelings.
But also too, it's like monkey see, monkey do type thing.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a high body count as a man and I have a high body count as a woman, like, and we're both having, intercourse with different people, why does my body count is disregarded in your preferences?
Because you don't like it.